Africa, as we know, is diverse and rich in culture. Now, a lot of people have been able to tap into that to make a living for themselves out of it. Now, the fashion industry in Nigeria, which is one of the vehicles of promoting our culture, has grown tremendously over the decades. We have great and innovative fashion designers who, time and time again, have done us well. We're going to be meeting one of these great minds in a bit. My name is Mercy Okunene Ricketts, and you are watching Today's Style. We're going to be delving into the kiddies fashion world today, and our guest for today is a fashion designer who has created a niche for herself in the kiddies world. Her hard work and consistency has put a spotlight on her and earned her both national and international recognition. Let's meet her. So I'm here with one of Africa's finest in terms of kids fashion, Cynthia Oguntoye. She's the CEO of Maison Loulabelle. It's a pleasure to have you on the program.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
There's been a lot of improvements because I've been following you for a while now, and I noticed that, you know, Maison Loulabelle 2018 or even 2017 stroke mid 2018 is not the Maison Loulabelle that we're seeing. Yes, the finished the year we're seeing right now. There's been a lot of improvements. How has that been so far for you?
It's been fantastic. It's 2018 particularly was a year of monumental growth for us. I mean, when we started, like you know, I had grand visions of bringing luxury into Afrocentric kids fashion, but it was something that we had to start slowly, because first we needed to get people used to the concept of Afrocentric kids fashion in the first place. Get them used to the concept that, you know what, for our particular target market, that your kids can actually wear Ankara and it's fashionable. Because, you know, African kids, African fashion has caught on a global scale, but not when it comes to kids. So for most people in our target market, their kids would not even wear Ankara. So we had to sensitize them, get them used to that concept first. And then slowly but surely building the luxury aspect by using the best products, staying true to our vision and all of that. And so far, that's culminated in the serious difference you've seen in 2018.
All right, we're going to be getting right back to that. But then 2018, when towards the end of the interview you had with us, you said you were aspiring to make this brand an international brand.
Yes.
And, you know, it's a little wonder why, you know, you've been recognized internationally.
Yes.
I'm talking about the invitation you had. You have rather to come for the London Kids Fashion Week. That is really
I know.
huge.
It's massive.
It's really huge.
It's really massive. And to be honest, I think that's just, number one, a testament to just dedication and consistency, first of all. But it's massive, not just for us, but because it actually does put African kids fashion on a global scale. And that's something that we've been fighting to see. Even in Africa, as it were, it hasn't really gained the kind of recognition that we would really like to have. Because like it or not, our African kids fashion market is still dominated by the Chinese. But you know, being recognized on an international level, and they've been observing us for 3 years. They said they've watched the depth, they've watched the growth, they've watched that we actually stay true to our vision and do it in a modern and contemporary way. And that's why we've been asked to participate. But the thing is that it's a victory for all of us. It's a victory for the sector, a sector that is not even fully formed yet. So I'm hoping that this opens the door to so many more budding African kids, fashion designers and fashion brands being recognized on a global scale. And I hope that this is a trend that we see cascading through not just Nigeria, but other African countries and all of that. So that would be really fantastic.
We're so proud of you right here in Nigeria.
Thank you.
I'm sure Africa appreciates, because you seem to be the only fashion designer that was selected in in this aspect, talking about kids fashion, and it's really huge for you going there to represent our continent.
Yeah.
So tell me, what exactly are you going to be showcasing?
That's very true. We're actually the very first brand to be showcasing from the continent of Africa, and we'll be the only ones from Africa. So we're proud ambassadors of the continent and Nigeria, of course. Yes, for the collection, there's going to be 2 shows. So there's an industry show and there's a consumer show. For the industry show, we'll be taking some of our best-selling designs that has those ones that we believe that our market really love. We've had them year after year after year. And if it's not broken, why do you want to fix it? So we're going to showcase those. But for the major show, we'll be debuting our luxury collection for 2019. It will be called Metamorphosis. It's a story basically from where we started in Abuja. And believe me, you know, it's easier for brands in Lagos. Lagos, they have all the big noise brands. So when I say from Abuja, you know, we've come a long way. It's small brands from Abuja. The Metamorphosis will tell our story, starting small, and our journey, staying true to our dreams and getting to the international stage. So it would be very beautiful, one to look out for, actually.
From previous discussions, I know that you decided to go into this line of fashion, this niche, creating this niche for yourself, because it was something that wasn't really out there yet. But I want to ask you, what exactly does it entail, you know, to be successful in this line of business, children fashion wear?
It's a totally different ball game. Oh my God, it is a totally different ball game. However, coming into the sector today is different from coming into the sector in 2014 when I did.
How so?
In 2014, when I came into the sector, there was pretty much, apart from maybe Rough and Tumble, there was no real kids brands that you could say, oh, I would go to, I would ask for advice, I'd figure out, because it's a totally different market. First, you have tailors that don't want to work with you because they don't want to make kids stuff, because it's very finicky. So even finding the staff, finding people that would actually stay true to the standard you wanted to produce was difficult, and also getting the right kind of advice and guidance to know what to do. So it was a lot of stumbling and getting up. But now, between 2014 and 2018, there have been loads of new brands that have come up. Some of them have been more successful than others. However, there's been loads of brands coming to the sector. And also with the increase in the use of social media, Instagram, Facebook, and the like, it's also really helped to bring the market to the people. So those are some of the major differences in the market today and the market when we started. So with that in mind, I know with social media, it brings the market to the people, and that means that we now have so many people coming in. But to be truly successful in this business, number one, the first thing you need to have is just a clear line of vision. You need to know what you want. It's not about, I've said this time and time again, it's not about seeing what someone else is doing and copying it just because you think the person is successful at it. You need to have a clear line of, you need to have a vision to be better than everybody else. And that, whether that means staying true to what it is that you want to do, whether it means staying true to using Ankara and infusing Ankara in whatever you're doing, whether it means staying true to not going with the regular princess fashion that everybody is doing, whether it means staying true to boys design, whether it means staying true to casual designs, you need to have a clear vision and stay true to it, not dilly-dallying, today you're here, tomorrow you're there, because that's one of the things people are looking at. And it's consistency. Just continuously striving to excel, continuously trying to be the best version of yourself, and continuously not wanting to settle. I don't settle. I do not settle. I only go with what is absolutely excellent and what is absolutely the best. And that's something that I think every upcoming brand out there should look out for. You need to understand that being true to your dream and not foolishly as well, because sometimes you can see it's not working, but just because you're a creative and it's your dream, you're just going and going and going. You need to be able to move back, take stock. What have I done right? What have I done wrong? What's influencing this decision? Am I able to make it, how can I make it better? How can I get to that place I want to get to? So just being disciplined, not copying, because copying really just makes you counterfeit of another person. Exactly. Originality is key.
That's good.
So.
About parents, dressing up their kids.
Yes.
Of which, by the way, I noticed that you've included a lot of boys in, boy brand, or
yes,
boy
clothing. Yes.
Boy clothing in your brand compared to what it was like last year. And, they've been really great. And it looks like you've been having a very good turnout when it comes to people buying.
Yes, I have. It's been wonderful. Last year I started these bi-monthly live Instagram sessions to help with upcoming brands to understand where there were gaps in the market. In doing that, I did realize that, yes, a lot of new brands are coming into the sector. However, everybody's focusing on girl fashion. Everyone's focusing on princess dresses. Do you realize that in Nigeria, you have at least 6 million more boys aged 0 to 14 than girls?
Wow.
Yes, we have more boys than girls in Nigeria, and there was nobody. You go up, you come down. There's nobody that is specifically producing for boys. And even for those of us that are now looking to incorporate boy designs into our work, we still don't go, it's still not as extensive as the girls. So prior to last year, I had some boy designs, but like everybody else, it was just one or two. Like everybody else, it was just one or two, just here and there. So for our last collection in December, called Dandelions in the Sahel collection that we did, I decided to incorporate some beautiful boy designs. And honestly, I cannot tell you how much of a success it was. We had some agbada.
Yes,
so
I saw some of them on
Instagram.
Really
We had some agbada. We had caftans. We had three-piece suits and all that, and it was a massive success. Because many times when parents come here, it's always like, oh, if I go back home now with new dress for my daughter, what will I say to my sons?
I was going to ask you about that. Do you have parents coming here with their kids and insist on getting them a particular kind of dress, and then the kids revolt? Because children have they have a mind of their own.
Yes, they do.
So what kind of styles do they tend to want to go for?
It depends on the age of the child. It depends on the age of the child. What I've found, I'll start with kids that are older. What I found is that kids from the age of 7 and above are totally different from the younger kids from 6 and below. Because when the kids are between 7 and say 13, when their parents come, their parents see all of our gorgeous princess dresses and they really want the girls to look very princessy and very nice, but that age, they are not interested in that. They want something more casual, something that isn't stressful and all that. So you now find them going, the parents at that age want the kids to look more dressy, but they want to dress down. And then for the younger girls, especially girls, what you find is when moms come, you find them wanting to say, you have like 200 pink dresses. Please just buy orange, just buy yellow. And that's where you always have an issue. But yeah, you definitely have the cases where moms come in and the kids want something totally different. But what you find is that also children these days, with most moms, you will ask your kids what they want. So it's not like when we were kids that they'll just bring the dress and foist on you to wear. Now moms actually ask their kids, oh, what do you want to wear?
Your designs, like I told you, I've been following you on Instagram, have improved.
Yes.
Yes, over time. Not even just the fabrics you get to use. Your styling and you know, the designs you create have been phenomenal. Where did you get? What inspires you to come up with those designs? What's your source of inspiration? And how do you get your fabrics? Because, yes, you get to mix some of these African fabrics with other really unique textured fabrics. And then, you know, things just come out looking really big and fabulous. So what inspires you? Where do you get your fabrics from?
First of all, in terms of inspiration, a lot of research goes into all of our collections. So, for instance, the summer collection that we're going to be releasing in May I'd already started researching for that summer collection from last year. So, when I say a lot of research goes into, that means that I'm looking for what is probably going to be trending in 2019 from 2018. Is it going to be florals? Is it going to be, this is the time, because we release 2 major collections in a year. In the summer, ahead of the long holidays, and December, in October, we release ahead of Christmas. So I always have to think, what's going to be trending, what colors are going to be in, and all of that. So there's loads of research that goes into that. And many a times, sometimes by the time I spot that perfect fabric, it also inspires changes in the designs that I may have prior created, you know, and sometimes the designs affect the fabric options and all of that.
All right, thank you very much, Cynthia Oguntoye, CEO of Maison Loulabelle, an Afrocentric kids brand. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on the program.
It's
and
been
once
a pleasure
again,
being
congratulations.
Thank you.
Go and do us proud
I
in
know,
London.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, you're still watching Today's Style. We're going to go on a break now, and the program continues afterwards.